Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Let's paint a new landscape. Okay, you're gonna find a link to this photograph on the description box. Okay. Okay, I have here. Just one second. Okay. Got here titanium white, lemon yellow, cadmium orange, cadmium red, alizarin crimson, cerulean blue, ultramarine blue, and raw umber. Okay, let's start sketching. You're gonna see on the link to the photograph that the photograph is bigger. What I did, I'm just gonna paint a portion. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna reduce the size of this mountain here. I'm gonna paint more of this, the mountains on the right side. I'm just using raw umber. What happens is this mountain, it looks so huge on the photograph. Okay, and I think that since it's dark and we see I see the reflection on the water, it creates a huge triangular shape. I prefer to reduce that and show more of these mountains, and I'm gonna make some changes too. I want to change the light. Okay, let's imagine, I was thinking that let's imagine that the light is hitting from here, it's hitting this mountains, and let's imagine that's the sunset light. It's gonna be kind of orangey. It hits the trees here. First, basically just drawing, but I wanna just add some darker values to establish a basic value structure. It's a pretty simple. Pretty simple value structure. Let's see. I think that's okay. Here it's gonna be a little bit bluish. We see that. I'm still thinking of values and squinting down my eyes and just thinking about midtones, lights, and shadows. When I got that, then I'm gonna start thinking about color. Okay. What about this? No, maybe a little bit up, a little bit down. I got this a bunch of trees here. Let's say that I see a V shape here. The mountains here. Thinking about the balance, you know, it's just, I don't want to just copy the photograph. I think that's okay. No, I think I started this one too dark. Anyway. Oh, hello, Shauyira Sharma. He's saying I used to sketch realistic pencil portraits, but it's been years since I last drew one. Yesterday, while organizing my cupboard, I found my old sketches and portraits. I picked up a pencil, but my hands were shaking. I couldn't even draw an eye. Eh, Yeah, I don't think that you lost it. It's just gonna be about practice. Everything that has to do with painting and drawing is about practice. The thing is that is this is not something fast. Learning to paint or just it's never fast. But if you have stopped for a long time, maybe I don't even know, but maybe a month or maybe a week. Who knows? It depends on consistency. Okay. Um, Now, what I thought about here, these mountains. Okay, let's see. Okay. I'm gonna use orange first. I move slowly to just some colors. I add more colors and more colors. Okay. Let's see the light in the mountains. Let's say it's over here. I think it's something in between warm but kind of reddish. I don't know, it's pretty common. I have seen that so many times. Some pinkish reddish color. But I start with this orange. I'm gonna add the pink on top of this one. In that way, I'm gonna have some variety, not just one color. Okay, I'm gonna let it dry. I'm gonna break up some edges. I don't want any sharp edge. Okay, now a little bit of red and white. Oh, thank you. Oh, glad to hear that, Shauria. Glad to hear that. Glad to read that. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna copy all the details. Usually spend an hour and a half, up to 2 hours. Okay. No more because I want some uh, loose, work, loose brush strokes. If I put more time here, I'm gonna end up adding more and more details, and I know I'm not gonna like it at the end. Yeah, it doesn't mean like I don't like to add a lot of details. Yeah, of course I like, but it's just like now I want something just sketchy. Okay, let's see. Need more raw umber. Trying just to get, let's say, we see a lot of details. I see a lot of little things here, and everything is kind of grayish, bluish. I'm just trying to check out the form and separate and add the shadows to what I think are the more darker areas, and to keep the shape of mountains, just like which is pretty common. Some shadows here, some lights there. Maybe the shape is not gonna be the same. Okay. Still doesn't look like the light is hitting there. I need to make it a little bit brighter. Let's see. Oh, some trees now here. Mixing ultramarine blue and orange. Okay, let's stop a bit. The light on the trees comes here, like this, here, and it could hit the trees here. Okay, it means the top is gonna be a little bit lighter. Okay. Then all this area is a bit darker. Then this road here, it looks like the lighter value on the whole scene. You see this, like just like I could add just pure white, but since I'm changing the values, I don't know if I make this really bright, my eyes is gonna go there. And I think I prefer it just to, let's say, create my focal point, or that my focal point is gonna be all this area, and it's gonna start here. The light is gonna guide my eyes, my view into the scene. Okay, the light, gonna follow the light. And if I paint this really bright, like I see on the picture, I don't think that's gonna, I think it's gonna be just a little bit distracting. I could be wrong right now. I need to paint more to be able to see if that's gonna work or not, but right now is what I think. It doesn't mean that I'm not gonna change more things on the painting. Since I added color here, I need to add color, the reflection. Hello, Nori. Nori Miss Art. If you zoom in the photograph, you're gonna see that it has a really high resolution. You're gonna see some people even here. And a guy looks like he's sitting here on a bench. Obviously, I'm not gonna paint all of that. Okay, I see a tray here, another one here. It's getting some light. This one. Here too. You gotta be careful with saturation. Usually when we change colors, we can end up with really saturated colors. And right now I'm thinking about the balance. You know, if I should knock down the green a bit more, this just pre-mute. I had in mind painting this really like really greenish trees. Oh, Sharia, I didn't read this. It says 5 years. It means that you have stopped drawing and painting for 5 years. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think you're gonna be able to just by practicing go back to your level. But I don't know. I mean, I never stopped painting that long. I was thinking where I stopped painting like for most of the time, and I think it was when I started to teach. And what I did is I went to this place for the first time. It was 8 hours from where I live, and because all the the move and accommodations, all of that, I stopped like drawing and painting for a week. Usually, when that happens, I just to I don't know. go back to painting like even more than before. It's just that I feel like I need to do it. And that happened to me a couple of times. I remember working on an office. It was like maybe almost 20 years ago. And I used to go back at 6 p.m. at night, 7 p.m. at night at home, and just paint and paint until midnight, until the next day. Okay. Okay, let's see. Mistakes on my drawing. I think I need to move this mountain a little bit up. The trees are here. Trees. This one's here. And this one a little bit up. Yep. I don't mix too much paint because I want to get more variety. I just don't want to paint just one color. That's why as continue painting, I mix more and more paint. Okay. I gotta do some changes here. No? 1, 2, 3. It looks monotonous. The light is getting here. A little bit here. See from the distance. Okay, let's see. Light, shadow, light, shadow. Trees. Okay, here. Here, light, light here. Now this area here in the shadow of the mountain got confused. You know, I don't see the silhouette. Okay, and I have some problems here. Let's see how I fix that, or I make the trees lighter. Yeah, I think that would be the solution. Paint the trees a little bit lighter. Hello, Miriam. Okay. Now let's try it. Let's try to do that, and let's see if that works. Here. Okay, let's see. It looks better, maybe a little bit more light, even a bit more light, or darken up the shadow there. Another thing is I need to darken up the sky a bit more. Okay, I'm gonna do it and let's see if that works. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna change it. darker sky. Um, right now I'm worried about the color harmony and values because I see this area. First, I got this too monotonous. I gotta change the shape of this, the mountain, you know. Well, no, this is kind of a big light, and it doesn't echo anywhere else. It's just here. I need to add some of this color over here, the color here over here. And now to see this glowing, the sky has to be darker, but a darker sky. Uh, I don't know yet, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just paint it darker, and let's see. And not so no colorful, darker and grayish, but keeping this kind of crimson tint. Okay, I need black. I usually don't use black when I paint landscapes, but just to save time, I'm gonna use a little bit of black. Just with black, I can just grade down and darken up any color really fast. That's what I want right now. Okay. Now, I'm mixing this color because I want contrast between this and this, okay? That's what I need now. And that way I could see the light glowing there on the mountains. Another thing that I could do, let's say to see the light, is just make this more yellowish, and keep that a blue sky. That's gonna create contrast to blue sky, yellowish, okay? But yellowish, green, blue, I don't know, I like the idea to see this reddish light here. Okay, I'm gonna stop and think because what's gonna be easy to change? Blue sky or a grayish reddish sky? What do you think is going to create more contrast? The sky, I have in mind just mixing that with just, let's say, a gray. You mix black and white and you add a touch of red, a touch of this are crimson. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna clean this brush. I need red and white, just that. Pink, just pink. Okay. Just thinking if this color is gonna work. Maybe I need to add more red. Let's see. It's too pink. Too light, sorry. It's pinky, but I want pinky, but it's just too light. Okay, let's see from a distance. Maybe now I don't need to change the sky. Maybe now I can just make paint a blue sky. It could be. Why not? Hola Miriam. Hello Michael. Yeah, I want to paint a blue sky. Okay. There. Taking this brush. Yeah, I like it. Okay, I got what I wanted here, contrast, light. I'm trying to break up. It's so difficult to break up this kind of symmetrical form on the mountains. Yeah, I gotta do something more, but maybe maybe it just tilted. The thing is that I'm just here between copying, the shapes that I see on the photograph on the mountains, or just changing them a bit, just for my painting, for my composition. Okay, now let's see the trees again. Oh, thank you, Michael. Okay. Let's see, I think I need a second layer on the sky because I got this, what looks like an outline around the mountains. It's because my first color was darker. Okay. Painting on top of the edge and repainting the edge. Okay. Now I need some pure orange. I think I can add pure orange, a little bit transparent. Okay, that way it's not gonna just look so pure and saturated. Okay, now let's see. Zooming in the photograph and just I would love just to break up those symmetrical shapes on the trees. That's what we see, that's on the photograph. If I want to break up that, I don't like the symmetry on those trees. Okay. Just thinking because I gotta just find a way to represent the trees, but kill the symmetry, here, and at the same time represent the light that is coming from here. It's just like, for me, it's just trying to copy without copying, you know, because I see the photograph and I don't like what I see here in nature in the photograph. It's too just static, just symmetrical trees. And the thing here is create some little bit of movement, little bit of variety, changing what we see. Because if we copy what we see, sometimes it just sometimes we find that really perfect scene, but sometimes we don't. When we don't, we need to make changes. Okay. Okay. Let's see the create illusion of trees and separates the trees from the mountains and create illusion that the light it continues here. If with acrylics you get saturate the color, you don't like it some areas, you just let it dry. Okay, at the end you can just knock it down any color, just adding glazes. Or scummed in. Okay, let's see. I'm just trying to break up some edges. Okay. I'm gonna light up the sky here. Let's see. Just certain blue and white. I'm gonna mix it here to knock it down the certain blue a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I need to break up this shape. just trying to break up some edges. Okay. Let's see, I got light, light, and light. Yeah. We got the water. I'm adding more colors. I got some light blue, some bluish, greenish color, and then adding this purple. So the colors, when they are closer to gray. Okay, let's imagine that here we have saturated colors on the palette. In the left side of the painting, there are just grayish colors, a value scale of grayish colors. As this color moves closer to the grayish colors, you can just create more harmonies with those grayish colors. That was in fact an exercise that I remember pretty clear on the School of Art. It was painting. One second, please. It was painting. Imagine those little squares that you see on the value scale. Okay, we need to paint that with each color. Just imagine yellow with gray, okay? And create 10 values from yellow to gray, from orange to gray, from all the colors. And then when all those colors got closer to gray, pick up those mixtures and create a color harmony. Okay? And then add some accents, some color tones, let's say, like pick up a pure orange and add that pure orange in a portion of the painting, just in a smaller area. Okay, but you gotta remember the feeling, or you gotta feel that the color is traveling from let's say a world where this color was pure, full saturated, and it was moving toward this grayish world, and there is when you can just create nice harmonies, color harmonies with that. The only problem that I remember me myself overdoing that sometimes and got some kind of really grayish harmonies. Hello, Miriam. Oh, Michael said, do you have any tips on painting water? Well, every time that I try to paint water, basically, first, so many things that we see on nature, are just no symmetrical. It means that there is no kind of a perfect formula to paint. And then, okay, and we gotta find some way to find some symmetry. On water, I think it's one of the things that we see a little bit of symmetry. We see on the reflection on the water, the waves looks like this, just like It looks like if we just do this enough time, we got the effect of water. Yeah, just that. And I mean, don't just do it with just one color. Pick up a brush, maybe a couple of brushes, different sizes, and the brush strokes are gonna be smaller as they go away from your point of view, like tiny brush strokes, like this. Okay, that helps. Now, the thing is that that would be one way to try to copy, but we can just pick up a brush like this one, a bigger one, and add some brush strokes like this. Okay, that's gonna create kind of the same effect, but it's not gonna, it's gonna look painterly. It's not gonna look like we're trying to just copy the photograph. Okay, and we can create this, you know, the same effect of with just with a flat brush, or you know, one side of the brush, and just we do this. I remember when I was a student, I painted a copy from Constable. Somebody remember the painter? It's a famous painter. The thing is that I remember that painting until today because I had a lot of problems with that painting. That was one of my first landscapes I painted when I was maybe in my 20s. No, not even 20s. Maybe it was 17 years old. The thing is that I painted that one, and it was just kind of monochromatic. Somebody told me add more color, and what I did, I ended up adding a lot of tiny touches of color in the water. It was just having a lot of fun. The painting looks pretty good at the end, but one of the the issues I got that I thought at that time that you know, the oil, like the oil that we use for cooking, it was like kind of the same like as linseed oil. Yeah? And I used the oil for cooking, and my painting stayed wet for months. And one day somebody just thought, "Wow, I love the painting." Wanted to buy it, and the painting was wet. What I did is I bought varnish, and I sprayed varnish all over the painting. And I could feel it in some areas that I touched it. The painting is, you can feel it below the layer of the varnish layer that was still wet. But the thing is that it was something like I'm doing here, adding a lot of tiny touches. I spent a lot of time just there doing something like this. And you can count like, oh no, 100 colors. And that was beautiful. But the thing is that, I don't know why, but I did it once, and I think I didn't know what I did. I know now what I did, you know, but I didn't know exactly what I did. I just thought it was beautiful, but I wasn't able to do it again. Believe it or not, you know, I don't know what happened. I wasn't able to repeat the same effect. I was just thinking right now, that was pretty funny, that something that sometimes looks pretty simple, you know. And now I know it's because of the balance between colors. Obviously, the time I was copying a famous painting, and one thing is copying a painting where the painting did all the effort to create a nice composition, nice color harmony, balance all the values and colors out in a perfect way. And you just copy it and add in something more, and you create something beautiful. But when you just do it on your own, just to want to try to create your own composition on your own, then you have the problems. And that's why I wasn't able to reproduce that effect again. And I didn't know how to balance everything on landscapes. And I remember just thinking that it was about saturation. I ended up saturating a lot all the colors, and that's a problem when you work with color. For example, when you draw, the problem is obviously after you got a nice drawing, I mean proportions, measurements, sort of that. The problem is always about values. Yeah? But when it's about painting a landscape, the problem is going to be about color. How to balance color. Okay, another thing that we can do, just vary the brush strokes, just adding longer brush strokes like this. In that way we don't have monotonous here and there. If you got a mistake, just maybe laying down a brush stroke that you think the color is not okay. Remember that you can just glaze on top. Still need to do something with this. It's a bunch of trees that I think they are too big, or no, or maybe I should make this bigger. In that way, it's a balance the size of this mountain with the size of this. But they gotta do something there because you gotta break up this shape. It's too monotonous. And when you add more colors and you just, let's say you're in an area where you know the screen, everything is greenish, basically what you do, you add different brush strokes with different greens and you grade down the color. You can grade down the color a little bit more. You can just move the green to make it more bluish, move the green to make it yellowish, and slowly you can just move. Imagine that you're gonna move on the color wheel and you're gonna cross to the other side of this green bluish color. What you find on the other side of the color wheel? Okay, you find reddish colors, orangey colors. Okay, as soon as you keep it grayish, you're gonna start adding in the same value, a little bit of these colors, these reddish colors. No, not that much, enough to create contrast, enough to create this simultaneous contrast, keep the harmony, and add some variety to the color. And those accents of an opposite color for green, that's gonna create a, let's say that's gonna save that area to become maybe a muddy color. Okay. Okay. I want to keep the colors here, the pink, yellow. Okay, let's paint. I'm gonna zoom in the photograph. Let's see. There's a bunch of trays here. How are we gonna paint that? I'm just trying to get away with, the illusion of there is some trees there. I lay down the brush strokes and step back a little bit, and lean back a little bit, and check out. Okay, a little bit lighter. And again, we can get some light coming from here. A little bit of white to mute the color. There's no way, another way of doing this. Maybe with a different brush. I'm gonna try to buy different brushes because it's it's more about the effect than the painting details. It's more about how it looks from a distance. Let's see. Okay, I like the touch here, not here. Okay, let's continue. Just dipping my brushes on water, just the tip of the brush to keep them wet. Oops, that's too kind of, I wanted something kind of pinkish. It's a little dry. Let's see. Just a dry brush. Okay, I'm gonna try to change the shadows. The same shadow here, here, and here. Let's make it a little bit reddish. I mean, kind of crimson there. A little bit here. Okay. A little bit here on top. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit reddish. And this one here is gonna be a bit more bluish. Okay. In that way I have some variety. Okay. Let's see. The same here, a little bit of yellow and orange for this one. Okay. I need to zoom in to see some details here. Okay. Wow. So many details. Even some snow. I see some snow there. Okay, and then I move this little touches up here. Not too much up here. Okay, just there. Okay. Now let's say that this is bouncing some light here. The pressure is bouncing some light. Light bounces. It means that there's gonna be a little bit of this warm light over here and here. And on the trees too, obviously. So difficult to create to create an effect there. Well, kind of working. Yeah, okay, I got some green there. Let's pick up some red. Some touches, just some touches. Okay. Okay, those touches add more color to the painting without saturating the color everywhere. Okay. But the thing is that we need to control that. We need to just be just here back and forth. For example, I'll knock down this yellow here. You know, I think it was too much. A brush stroke there, keeping just a little bit of that. You can see a little bit of the shore here. Receiving, I think, a little house here. You know, that's gonna be so difficult to paint. Okay, I got some light blue there. I need some light orange just next to that. Okay, to paint light orange and blue together, you get contrast there. Okay. You gotta be careful that I still need to see that the light is just on the upper part. Maybe I should reduce the size of this tree here. Make it a little bit smaller. Two symmetrical trees. No, something. I'm gonna do something that I have done so many times. Let's see if that works. Just a glaze of white, gray. Let's say light gray, and it's to great depth. Okay, not too much paint. Okay, and that way I separate the mountains. I send the mountains just far away. But let's see again. That works. Okay, I'm missing something. A little bit of contrast here. Here's a little bit darker. Okay, whatever is happening here, you know, the mountains are just behind. Okay. Let's see, I think I can just do a little bit more of that. Not too much paint. Okay, I'm squinting down my eyes and trying to feel that there's some this perspective that's going to my focal point, and you know, there's kind of a road, something there. I could love to open something here, like we've got the feeling that we can get there's a road, a path that goes there, but I don't know if I'm thinking if I do that, I'm just gonna create a bunch of trees rounded shape that I'm dealing with this. This is my problem here, the trees. Okay. Now, don't forget the light. I did that, and I'm gonna need to go over and do some retouches because this light is coming from here. We need to see it just up and up. Okay. Feel the direction of the light going there. Now let's see if I light up a little bit of some of these areas. Just with a dry brush, just lightly on top. I'm changing my brush, the colors. You know, a little bit greenish. Okay, a little bit pinky. A little bit bluish. I don't want just one color there. need a little bit of violet. Don't like this color. Okay, I got this shadow on top. No, let's say no. This is not a shadow, but this dark area by mistake. But I think by mistake that adds some color, some contrast with this area. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's see. Oh, hello, Hassan. Thank you. Okay. Now, always about values. Okay. I got this. This is light. This is light. Okay. This is reddish. This is greenish. I'm gonna redo this again. Okay. This area here. What I mean is this. I'm just gonna add a layer of gray, but I want a kind of different gray, knock down gray a little bit. I want to knock it down the highlights. I want to knock down the highlights. Okay. Let's see. No, I don't like it. Definitely don't like it. I don't create enough contrast with the background. Okay, let's try another thing. Okay, another thing that I think is gonna work. I just basically what I do is just in color contrast, complementary contrast, split complementary contrast, color harmony in general. Okay. Okay, what I can do is just pick up alizarin and crimson and just make this a little bit reddish. Okay, a little bit. That's gonna add some contrast with the green. I still keep the distance here. Yeah, I think I still keep the distance there. A little bit of ultramarine blue. Just a glaze. Okay, a little bit of the same ultramarine blue here. Let me see. I think I just, yeah, that's okay. That's okay, that's okay. Now, a little bit of red, a darker red. Right now, I'm not copying the photo anymore. I'm just thinking about my painting and how I'm gonna just get away with the effect of light and the colors. Yeah, I needed this darker valley here to kind of give some weight to this mountain into the trees. Okay, maybe I should change the shape of the trees. Yeah, completely. Just like, oh no, otherwise they're gonna look just like a bunch of. I don't. I liked it, but at the same time, it's just like I got a feeling that I can do better on the trees. Uh, okay, let's add more colors. I still have time. Yeah. A little bit of orange. cleaning the red here. Still wet. Yeah. Okay, I wanna change. Oh, hello Sylvia. Okay. It's not that like painting trees is difficult. It's difficult when you try to simplify them. When you copy, I mean, it's not easy to copy anything. We all know that. You can spend a lot of time trying to copy something. But I think is better just is that than just rely on laying down brush strokes until you find a happy accident. Let's say in the painting looks like, or the trees looks good. Uh, no, I find that more difficult. I decided to change the shape of the trees, like not copy them exactly. looks better for me. Now, why they look better for me? Because they are not now, they don't look too symmetrical. Okay, they are tilted a little bit. Okay, I think I'm almost done. Mm. Mm. Mhm, 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 mhm. Okay, I think I'm almost done. Yeah. I want you to see all the colors that I'm trying to add here and there. For example, look at here. There's purple, green, pink. There was some kind of yellow ochre as a base, orange and blue. You know, there are so many touches of tiny touches of color here and there. Adding a touch of red here. Okay, a little bit of alizarin crimson. Okay. And as I've been painting, I've been adding more and more colors. And I group the colors, you know, by the values. Here, for example, I got the green, red, grayish, green. Sorry, grayish, greenish, more yellowish, more bluish. Okay, more and more colors. Okay. Now I was thinking about adding more light to these trees here, but the thing is that I did that at the beginning. You know, like an hour ago, let's say. I add a lot of light here. When I added too much light here, it was like I got this big area of light, this big area of light. I think it's better like in this way, where we see the light here, a little bit of light here, not that much, maybe just a tiny bit more. That's the only thing about acrylics that maybe we don't like, is that we lay down the color, the paint. We gotta wait to see how it looks, because it dries a little bit darker. Don't you think that it's light enough, and when you see it after a few minutes, it's not. Okay, now, yeah, I got some accents here and there, and I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice practice. Obviously, the practice is about picking up any photograph, like obviously, and try to get away with, you know, in this case, with let's say a bit more colorful paint than the photograph. Okay, just that's what I tried. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. See you all next time. Okay. Thank you, Shoka. Bye, everybody. Oh, one thing I didn't touch it. The sky. I got this color by accident. I don't even know if that's working or not. I think it's better like this. Okay, that's it. Bye everybody.